Today we are going to do some important theorems of algebra. Our first theorem is fundamental theorem of algebra. This theorem is also known as existence theorem of algebra. It states every polynomial equation fx is equal to 0 of degree n greater than or equal to 1 has at least one root, and that root can be real or imaginary. Only statement is required for this theorem, so we will just remember this result. We'll go to the next result. Our next result is every equation fx is equal to 0 of nth degree has n roots and no mores. Means we have to prove that every polynomial equation of n degree having the n number of roots and it has no roots other than n. So let's start the proof. First of all, we consider a polynomial equation of degree n fx, which is a naught x to the n plus a1 x to the n minus 1 plus a2 x to the n minus 2 up to so on an is equal to 0, where a naught, a1, a2, an, they all are the coefficient of the polynomial equation. As fundamental theorem states, every polynomial equation of degree greater than or equal to 1 having at least one root. So by that theorem, this equation also has a root. So let us suppose that root is alpha 1. So as alpha 1 is a root and means x minus alpha 1 is a factor of the equation fx is equal to 0. It means fx is properly divided by x minus alpha 1. So means fx is a multiple of x minus alpha 1. Let us consider it as a equation number 1. Fx is x minus alpha 1 into phi 1x, where phi 1 is a polynomial in x of degree n minus 1. Why it is n minus 1? Because degree of fx is n and it is divided by a factor x minus alpha 1, a linear factor of degree 1. That's why the remaining quotient having a degree n minus 1. That's why fx can be written as x minus alpha 1 into phi 1. You can also refer this result from the factor theorem also. So fx we have written here x minus alpha 1 into phi 1. Consider it as a equation number 1. Now as phi 1x is equal to 0 is an equation of degree n minus 1. It is also an equation of degree n minus 1. Again, by applying the fundamental theorem, it has the root, say it to be a alpha 2. So again phi 1x can be written as the multiple of x minus alpha 2. As alpha 2 is a root of phi 1, that's why x minus alpha 2 divide phi 1, and phi 1 can be written as x minus alpha 2 into phi 2, and consider it as a equation number 2, where phi 2 is a polynomial and it is of degree n minus 2. Why it is n minus 2? Because degree of phi 1 is n minus 1 and factor x minus alpha 1 is of degree 1. That's why degree of phi 2 is n minus 2. We will substitute the value of phi 1 in the equation number 1. So we have fx as x minus alpha 1 into x minus alpha 2 into phi 2x. Again same result hold on phi 2. Phi 2x is equal to 0 is an equation of degree n minus 2. So by again fundamental theorem, phi 2 having a root and taking that root as a alpha 3, we will continue same steps. So by continuing same steps, we will get a result fx is equal to x minus alpha 1, x minus alpha 2, x minus alpha 3 into phi 3. So by applying this step n number of time, we will reach a stage where fx can be written as x minus alpha 1, x minus alpha 2, x minus alpha 3 up to so on x minus alpha n into phi nx, and take it as an equation number 3, where phi nx is a polynomial of degree n minus 1, n minus n. Why it is n minus n? Because at first stage, at first equation number 1, phi 1 is of degree n minus 1, and in the equation number 2, phi 2 is of the degree n minus 2. So that's why phi n is of the degree n minus n, that is of degree 0. That's why it is a constant polynomial. So we will substitute the value of fx and comparing the coefficient of x raised to power n, we have a naught is equal to phi nx. So phi nx is a naught. So we have phi nx as a naught. So fx become x minus alpha 1, x minus alpha 2, x minus alpha 3 up to x minus alpha n into a naught. So we take it as an equation number 5. Now equation 5 implies alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3, they all are the roots of fx because they satisfy the equation fx is equal to 0. It means they all are the roots, and as they are in n in numbers, that's why they are n root of the equation fx. So our first part of the theorem is proved. As in the first part we have to prove the equation fx is equal to 0 having degree n has n number of root. Now the next part where we have to prove it has no other root. Why it is no other root? Because if we substitute any other value other than alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3, alpha n in the equation number 5, fx cannot be equal to 0, means any other root, any other value other than alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha n not satisfy fx is equal to 0. That's why only alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3 up to some alpha n, they all are the n root of the equation fx is equal to 0. That's why we prove this statement, we prove our result. That means fx is equal to 0 having degree n has n number of root, maximum number of root are n, and it has no other root other than n roots. So that's it's all about the result. It's an important result. Thank you very much. So let's start. अरे ये कैसे आएगा इस पे? सुनो